Dallas Cowboys Game Night is presented by AT&T. Geico. Switch today and see all the ways you could save. Miller Lite, the only beer of the Cowboys. It's Miller time. And by NFL Game Pass. You'll never miss a game again. Enjoy full and condensed game replays from Week 1 to the Super Bowl.
Coaches always talk about playing complementary football. Well, you might as well have a new definition for the term in Week 3 of the Dallas Cowboys season as they take down the Philadelphia Eagles 41-21 in the home opener of the campaign. And we are here to break it all down for you on Cowboys Game Night alongside Nate Newton, the 6-time Pro Bowler, 3-time Super Bowl champion. I'm Kyle Youmans here from the Globe Life Studios at the Star. It was all three phases, Nate Newton. Offense, defense, special teams. Everyone got their fill in a big-time win in Week 3 to not only take over first place in the division, but dominate one of your most hated rivals. What stuck out to you the most?
Just the way the defense played. You know, they played well. They played hard. Once again, Parsons at the defensive end. He moved around till he got a little bit comfortable with which guy he wanted to rush, and he handled his business. And of course, Dak, Mr. Consistency, the mechanic. He did what he had to do. And the rest of the guys just fell in place. They did their jobs. We had a lot of backups on that defensive line, young guys just going in, rotating, and making plays. And so when Diggs got that big play, it was all downhill.
It was one of the first plays of the second half. The Cowboys went into halftime up 20-7, and it really started from the beginning. A couple dominating drives early on. It was capped off, of course, by a big-time defensive touchdown to make it 27-7, and they never looked back. But, Nate, let's start with the defense. Missing a couple guys up front, 4 defensive linemen inactive for today's game. They get Randy Gregory back. And you mentioned Micah Parsons. How impressed were you with that front 7 and how they were able to contain Jalen Hurts?
You know, just the way they came in an umbrella. They kept him in a box, and they didn't want to let him get outside. He got outside a few times late, but they kept him in that box, man, and he couldn't make anything happen. He's still not as accurate passer as he probably will be in the future, and that's what they depended on. They kept the running part down for the most part, and they just kept him in that box with all those young guys playing.
A couple more turnovers for the Cowboys defensively. The offense got back after it as well. What has been the key for the defensive turnaround, though? We just mentioned the turnovers. You mentioned the front 7, but who deserves the credit for that?
Coach Quinn. I mean, he's got guys believing in his system. No matter whether you're first team, second team, or third team, he got guys believing, they're lining up, they're executing, they're doing the things they're supposed to do. And when the ball is in the air and the ball is on the ground, these guys believe that it's theirs, man. And they make plays. You see right there, Diggs going into the end zone. He told us last year, he told us this summer, you know what, them bat downs, them almost plays, they're going to be big plays. And this is what this dude is doing. Parsons, Diggs, all that secondary, they're leading by example.
They absolutely are. Trayvon Diggs, the first Cowboys defensive player since Everson Walls in the mid-'70s to have 3 interceptions in 3, or I guess I should say an interception in 3 straight games to start a campaign. We're just getting started here on Cowboys Game Night. When we come back, we hear from Ezekiel Elliott, who had another big game. The ground game is rolling for the Dallas Cowboys.
This segment is brought to you by the Texas Lottery. The Dallas Cowboys scratch ticket from the Texas Lottery is your ticket for a chance to win up to $100,000. Get your Dallas Cowboys scratch ticket today. Must be 18 or older to purchase a ticket. Play responsibly.
It's the second straight game that the Dallas Cowboys finished with over 160 total rushing yards, and Ezekiel Elliott finished with 2 touchdowns, finishes 5 yards shy of the century mark. Here's what RB1 had to say following the 41-21 win.
It seemed like a pretty classic case of wearing a team down early and seeing that payoff in the second half. Is that how it felt out there, and how they respond to y'all's run game?
Yeah, I think that's exactly how it felt. They were trying to play coverage. They were playing a lot of shell, so we had good numbers in the box, and we took advantage of that. The O-line, they played their tails off. They were moving guys out there all night, and yeah.
I know all you care about is a W, but when you get close to a 100-yard game, do you want to get in there and try to get one?
Last year, Corey was at Philly, so I wanted him to go in there and get a chance to get after him. But 100, that's cool, but the win is everything. A big win, that's everything. Division win, home opener, you can't beat it.
Is this the truest example of all the 3 games of what this team is?
I think so. I think today we came out hot. We got a fast start, but we left some points out there. I think we gave them more of a chance than they should have. I think we played well. We got the win, but there's definitely a lot we got to clean up. Yeah.
Can you sense a difference in a game like this in the third and fourth quarter in the way that the contact is and how hard they're hitting you and whether or not they feel worn down?
No, you can definitely tell. You can tell, with the O-line pushing them all back 5 yards. You can tell when we're going to hurry up and they're still on the ground, cramping up. So they definitely felt us. We definitely it was an emphasis for us to run some tempo just to kind of wear those guys down, and O-line took over.
What did y'all think about that wrinkle of having Connor as like a jumbo fullback tonight?
We liked it. We loved it. Connor came in. He played his tail off. He had he was jumbo tight end, jumbo fullback. But yeah.
Zeke, could you tell us how Dak was early, since it's his first game back here at home?
I would say it's nothing other than different. I mean, nothing out of the usual. Nothing out of the usual. I think a guy like Dak, he's gonna be psyched regardless. There's not any extra he can get psyched up. Just the competitor he is, the player he is.
How big a lift is those?
You got to love the communication back and forth and the camaraderie between Ezekiel Elliott and Dak Prescott, but you can see that now in the backfield with Tony Pollard and Zeke as well. There's no controversy between 21 and 20. Those are 2 guys playing at the top of their game, and it's really opening up this offense.
The coach have convinced him, the running back coach Skip has convinced him that it's enough balls for them. It's enough situations before them today. Zeke was the hot man. He was the guy that was beating up the middle of that defense for Philadelphia. So he took advantage of it, about 95 yards, 2 TDs, 5.6 average. The dude doing what he have to do, man. I think combined, both of these guys got, 155 yards, 28 carries, over 6 yards a carry. These guys are doing what they need to do. They're just concerned about winning. Zeke is very consistent in what he's saying and how he's saying it.
How much credit do you have to give to that front 5, that offensive line, without La'el Collins paving the way for those 2 backs?
Man, they was doing it, man. Biotish kind of struggled a little bit, but, I got to get Connor Williams his props. I got to get the president, Zach Martin, his props. Tyron Smith, Steele, they did their job as a whole unit, A couple of times they struggled, but for the most part, when you get almost 6 yards a carry, that's nice.
Yeah, putting up good numbers on the ground and, of course, the passing game as well. We'll hear from Dak Prescott coming up in just a little bit, but when we come back here on Cowboys Game Night, let's hear from Micah Parsons, his second straight game playing a lot of pass rusher, a lot off the edge. What did he have to say following the win?
This segment was brought to you by the Texas Lottery. The Dallas Cowboys scratch ticket from the Texas Lottery is your ticket for a chance to win up to $100,000. Get your Dallas Cowboys scratch ticket today. Must be 18 or older to purchase a ticket. Play responsibly. This segment is brought to you by Geico. Switch today and see all the ways you could save.
Cowboys Game Night rolls on from the Star in Frisco, breaking down a Cowboys win over the Philadelphia Eagles 41-21. It was the second straight week for Micah Parsons as an edge rusher. He finished with half a sack and plenty of pressures to go around. Here's what the rookie had to say.
Was that you take a helmet to the ribs, or what was the?
Yeah, I took a helmet and shoulder to the ribs. I think defensive players need protection too, man. That stuff's bad. That's bad for the game.
Is that a sign of respect that you're getting chipped now?
Man, I don't want no respect if that's what comes with it. I'm good.
What do you think of the pass rush overall? You were missing some guys, and it looked as if you guys were getting a lot of pressure tonight.
Oh, yeah, I think we did a great job as a whole front. We saw a lot of inside pressure, I think. Guys like Osa and Juice and Big Q really stepped up today, and Urban. I mean, they did a terrific job up front today. And, we just emphasized pressure all week, and it played out very well. We liked our matchups.
How much of a difference did Randy make for y'all tonight?
Well, he made a huge difference, definitely after losing DA. You saw he had a couple penalties. People were holding him. I think he's just a violent, very good player. Helps me with my game every day. Great person to have on the team and in the room.
When do you know, Micah, that the other team knows that you are just physically better and beating them up?
You saw by, I would say, as soon as Diggs had that pick, right coming out of half, I mean, I saw the whole energy low, the whole momentum shifts. I mean, when you got contagious energy, everybody just excited to see each other make those type of plays. I mean, it's hard to come back from that. And that's one thing I like about this team. Like, everybody can eat, you know. Ain't just one person out there making plays. There's a whole bunch of people making plays. And it's just so contagious right now. And I just like the momentum we got going on. And we just got to keep doing it 1 week at a time.
Chasing Hurts around, that remind you of when you used to play? Just chasing guys like that who can scramble.
Yeah, I mean, very good player. I mean, you saw him extend plays a lot today. Him get out of some tricky situations that most quarterbacks wouldn't get out of. So, I mean, he's dynamic, man. So, I mean, I thought we did a great job containing him for the most part, though.
Johnson's been one of the better right now.
You heard Micah Parsons talking about really the entire defense getting in. He mentioned Osa Odighizuwa, even the presence of Dorrance Armstrong or DeMarcus Lawrence on that defensive line, yet the Cowboys were still able to get pressure, quarterback hits, tackle for loss, a couple turnovers forced. This is a huge credit to Dan Quinn, but really the talent is, it seems like it's taken a next step for this Cowboys defense.
You know, more importantly, because they're running. They're lining up in the proper place. They're taking their gaps. They're reading their players, their keys, and they're running to the football with great recklessness, great abandonment. So they're coming at that ball, and that's what's making things happen, man. When you got guys that believe in a system and they're going to do their job first before they try to do anything else, then you're going to be all right.
One of the biggest things coming into this game was containing Jalen Hurts. They were able to do that with just 35 yards on the ground.
It's just like putting him in a bucket, man, and trying to keep him in an umbrella. You know, you pop it open and you try to keep him inside that umbrella. And they did that for the most part. One time he broke out, a couple times he broke to the outside. But you wanted to make him be an accurate passer. We got our corners. Our corners are doing a great job. They're contesting most things. Our safeties are coming up contesting most things. And so when a young quarterback like Jalen, he has to be really thinking, like, how can I fit that in there? And a lot of times you try to aim instead of just letting it fly.
Yeah, the Cowboys bringing out the umbrella, but they're making it rain takeaways because guess what? They lead the NFL in takeaways after 3 weeks. When have you heard that about a Cowboys defense recently? When we come back, though, on Cowboys game night, it's back to QB1. We hear from Dak Prescott when we return.
This segment was brought to you by Geico. Switch today and see all the ways you could save.
It's the first time in 7 starts for Dak Prescott that he has not led a Cowboys offense to over 400-plus yards. However, he led them to 40-plus points and a 20-point win over the Philadelphia Eagles. Let's hear from QB1 at the podium.
Money green, what's going on here?
Mint,
Eagle
just
green?
no, mint fresh. You know?
It's mint fresh?
Yeah, mint green.
Serious question, Jack. Like, what statement does that suit make? And is that a one and done type of suit? Do you just
Yeah, I think it's definitely a one and done. A color like this bright, I don't think I can wear it too many times. So, yeah, and it was, you know, it started a good day and good win, so I can hang this one up. And yeah, it's the only way.
How good did this win feel, though? I mean, probably the most complete victory you guys have had in a few years.
Yeah, I mean, it feels great. Like you said, complete from defense, offense, complimentary football. All the way around, just from halftime, just the way to continue it, the way we communicate it. That was fun. I think that showed just the brotherhood that we're creating and the culture that we're creating within this team. And that's just one, and that's just a step, and that was a big step in the building block of where we're going and what we're trying to accomplish.
What were the emotions for you tonight when we saw the anthem, a tear came down your cheek a little bit? Maybe, I don't know if it was your tear or sweat, but.
I think that was sweat.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't remember crying, but definitely just appreciation and gratitude. I mean, just thankful for just the opportunity to be back out there, doing what I love and doing it here in AT&T in front of the fans with my teammates. With an atmosphere like this, first home game, it was special. It was definitely special. And as I said, usually the national anthem or pregame is the moments that I take in, and that was definitely one of them. But, yeah, just thankful for everything that I've been through and got me back to this point.
Seems like you guys could do whatever you want.
You heard him talking about minty fresh at the beginning of that clip. He looked crisp again today. 21 of 26 passing. You saw the stat line. I mean, he was as efficient and as in command as he ever has been.
Oh, yeah. I call him the mechanic, man. That's my new name for Dak, man. He's doing everything. He puts the ball in the right place. When there's problems, we had a little flow up the middle, man. He started getting the ball out quicker. Zeke had a nice day. He handed him the ball, throwing it to Tony Pollard, throwing it to CeeDee Lamb, throwing it to Schultz. The mechanic just had a nice, efficient day.
You talk about Dak Prescott, and we had mentioned earlier about the balanced attack between the two sides, the running game and the passing game. But how nice is it to have him as really that go-to guy through the air?
I mean, it's just nice. I mean, when we needed a play, when Philly felt like they was coming back in that third quarter to try to make some plays, all of a sudden you see him just dart 15 yards, 15 yards, 5 yards, boom. And then he took them straight downfield to score. So he does a great job of knowing the situations, of filling the game and playing the right tempo.
Big-time win for the Dallas Cowboys, 41-21. We'll tie a bow on this one and look ahead to Week 4 when we return with more Cowboys Game Night.
Dallas Cowboys Game Night was presented by AT&T, Reliant, an NRG company, and by NFL Game Pass. You'll never miss a game again. Enjoy full and condensed game replays from Week 1 to the Super Bowl.
The Cowboys gets off to a hot start and never look back in Week 3 over the Philadelphia Eagles, 41-21. The final scores, the Cowboys take over a sole possession of first place in the NFC East, and they had more first downs in the first quarter than the Philadelphia Eagles had in the entirety of the ball game. 13 first downs. They're only the second team in NFL history to do that twice in a season, and now they've done it in back-to-back weeks. Hot starts have been the theme for the Cowboys so far. They got it done again today. How do they keep this momentum moving forward?
Just start eliminating mistakes. I think they had 4 penalties for 37 yards. They were supposed to beat this team, and they did that. They did it with time of possession, 34 minutes and 58 seconds. They did it with yardage early in the game. They did it with multiple players and multiple plays. I think they had 71 plays, so they're 50-something. I mean, they had all the yardage, but in the scoreboard, you look and see who's behind it. I think it was the Eagles. I mean, Coach, that shirt is real nice. Keep them coming.
You're talking about the Beat Dallas shirt that was worn by first-year head coach Nick Sirianni. What's the biggest key for the Cowboys moving forward? They've got an undefeated Carolina team on the docket next week.
Play smart. Play hard, play intelligent. We need for our defense to continue to do what they're doing if they can get a few turnovers here, but we need for our offense to get better and better. We need for Tyler Biadasz to play a little bit better in the middle, coming against this Carolina team, because they got a stout defense.
Yeah, Matt Rule, former Baylor head coach, now the head man in Carolina. He's bringing that defense, and they look really good. Plus, they just made a trade for last year's 9th overall pick, C.J. Henderson from the Jacksonville Jaguars. So that Carolina team at 3-0, it's going to be pretty tough coming up next week. Plus, they had a little extra time off, and it's a short week for the Dallas Cowboys. That's going to do it for us here on Cowboys Game Night. That's Nate Newton. I'm Kyle Youmans. Once again, the final score, the Cowboys take it from the Philadelphia Eagles, 41-21. Enjoy the week, everybody. We'll see you on Sunday.